You like the way
Hello beautiful people and welcome once again to another lovely day in the UAE. I just want to answer some questions by some people here both on YouTube, TikTok and then Facebook. Most people get into my DM and then ask me, Kofi, do you ever regret moving to UAE or do you ever regret moving to seek greener pastures in the UAE? And I'm like, bro, initially if you had asked me this before 2023, I would say I regret moving to the UAE. Yeah, but after 2023, life taught me a whole lot of lessons that I would never regret ever being in a place or in a space. Moving to Dubai initially was very painful when I first came into the country because I had left a family. I had left a wife, left 2 kids in the care of the so-called wife, and leaving the family to come seek greener pastures or moving from my home country to this country was kind of tough for me. It was a very difficult decision. It was a tough one. I won't sit here and brag as though it was nothing at all. It was a whole lot of big deal for me when I moved into the UAE initially. But after 2023, after life really hit me, after getting to know a lot more about people, humans, places, and then what I do for a living, I got to realize that it wasn't a mistake in any way moving here into the UAE. I know why this fella came into my DM to ask if I regret ever moving to the UAE. Yeah, of course, most of the times I do advise people not to move from their home countries, but rather live in their home countries, invest in whatever they are doing that is making them the money they got to travel to this place, than to move to this place and regret it. Coming into Dubai or leaving your home country to relocate to Dubai is a big deal for most of the people out there, especially those who already have jobs. If you're in your home country and you have a job that you do that brings you money each and every day, that gives you return on investment, any amount you invested in your home country and you are making returns on that money, I wouldn't advise you leave that job or you leave that occupation and then travel to go see greener pastures. The same amount you are using in seeking your visas, your passports, your whatever documents you'll be needing to travel abroad, I think if you should invest the same money in the business you are doing right now, it is going to yield you a lot of results. Perhaps maybe I don't know what I am talking about, or maybe I don't know the kind of situation you have yourself in at the moment, but moving here into Dubai has not been a regret because I know lots of things that I know today because of this country. The access to free internet, not free internet, we actually do pay for internet at the end of each and every month. So yeah, not free internet, but unlimited internet. I would say I've learned a lot of things or learned a lot of lessons here in the country, which I am most grateful for. Most people also moved here into the country with the same access, having themselves lots of opportunities, free internet, and then having the views to their exposure, yet they couldn't make any good use of it, and now they are still wallowing in poverty, or they are still wallowing in hardships. Now, this video that I was laughing out at so much, I don't know who this Mr. Kid is, but he's actually making a lot of sense here. Now, let me use this as an opportunity or yardstick to advise people out there. I don't know if I am in the position to tell you that if you have any job doing back in Africa or wherever you find yourself, if you invest more money and then invest more time, more effort into that same job, you could be one of the bosses back in Africa or in your home country. One thing most people do not realize is once you think about relocating, which is a good idea and yet a bad idea at the same time, once you have the thought of relocating into another country, you are about to go start life afresh. You are going to start everything from zero to wherever level or whichever level you are going to get to in whatever country you are moving to. So the best thing you are supposed to do is to research. That is the best thing you are supposed to do when you have an intent of relocating to a foreign land, whichever land it is, whichever country it is. Even if it is moving from a rural area to an urban area, you still need to research. At least have an idea, have a basic idea about where you are going to. Know the kind of people you are going to meet, the religion, their culture, whatever they do in that country, better them or get to know them best before you end up in the midst of the people. Now, talking about research, I know most of the people out there have been misled from research they made also. Most of the times when you intend to move to the UAE, most of us go into the internet and then type in Dubai. We just type in Dubai and then we are showcased the beautiful lifestyle, the luxurious lifestyle, the high-rise buildings, skyscrapers, the rich lifestyle, the rich culture, the rich food they have here, and all that. Yes, this is what you are supposed to be shown, because this country is a country of tourism, and they would only showcase to you what will attract you into the country to either come and invest or tour the country, of which is also going to generate them revenue. I am telling you this not to downgrade the country of which we are talking about. Neither am I here to tell you not to move to the country. It is okay, it's a good idea if you want to move. You have the choice in your hands, and then the choice, you own the powers to yourself. So yes, you can move, but don't over expect. Like, don't really expect what you see on the internet when you move into the country. One thing I would like to make clear to each and everybody out there is what you see on the internet and what you see on the television set, on your television set, isn't what you are really going to meet at the end of the day. The UAE is a good country to move in. You can start life here all over and then make it here, depending on the kind of plans you make or your plans of moving into this country. But your expectations shouldn't be overboard. Like, do not expect too much. The point is, or the reason why I'm saying this is, when you are moving into this country without a skill, or when you are coming here without any profession, or when you are coming here as someone without any form of certification, or you're coming here as a junior level or an entry level personnel who is yet to find something to do with his life, you won't be able to enjoy that kind of luxurious lifestyles that you saw or you see on your mobile phones, your television sets, when you research on Dubai. This is not to discourage you. This is actually to make you understand that there is a whole lot involved when you are moving into this country, especially when it comes to accommodation. I know most of you back home, or most of you wherever you are watching me from, will think when you get into this country, you would be directly getting a room to yourself, a house to yourself, a home to yourself that you wouldn't be sharing with anybody. But sometimes that is not the fact. You would have to deal with sharing accommodations with people until you make it big, or until you make it to the level that you want to be, where you can rent yourself a room for your privacy. Another point is, it is a little expensive to live in Dubai, the heart of Dubai, than to live in the other Emirates or in the other states. Even with that, after the crackdown of partition in Dubai, things are changing. Unlike previously, or unlike 3 months earlier or 3 months ago, Sharjah had one of the best rents. Ajman had one of the best rent systems here in the country, whereas you could even get yourself a room for as low as 1,000 dirhams. But now, after the crackdown, it is very expensive to settle here in Sharjah or in Ajman. So it is expensive here in the country. You should bear that in mind. Now, to curb some expenses when you move into the UAE, you should be able to know places to shop, some stores to shop, some malls to go to, and then also know when and how to buy. Make sure you have a bus card. One of the most important items that you would be needing when you move into the UAE is your bus card. It is very expensive to live here, boarding taxis for your rounds, especially if you are here to job hunt. Most of the times it will be very advisable you go to the place you are going to, or wherever you are being invited for an interview, with either the metro, that is the train, or via a bus. Going via taxi could be faster, but a little expensive than going with the bus or the train. Even though this was actually a question as to whether I regret ever moving into the UAE, I find it very necessary to advise each and everybody out there with the little tips or gists about how things do run here. Now, once you know all these things, I think you are going to have yourself a lot of fun at the end of the day. Once you find yourself a job, you get yourself a job, and then you are being paid well, just find yourself a course of which you are very interested in, or a course that makes you happy. When you take on the right course, you have the right job, trust me, you would love this country, and you are taking the right salaries, you would love this country, and you wouldn't even want to go back to your home country. That's the little tips I had wanted to share with you. Like, if I regret ever moving here, I would say no, but your expectations shouldn't be more than what you are really going to see here in this country. That's the little I had wanted to share with you here. If you like my content, we hit 5,000 and we are still running. It's still counting, 5,000 and still counting. Thank you so much for your support here. If you're a returning subscriber, I really do appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, do also hit on that subscribe button, be a part of the family. Like my videos if you do like them, and share to family and friends to, have a feel of what we are doing here. Until we meet again, I hope you stay safe, stay out of trouble, and be good. See you on the next one.